Watch this. I click the cell, a calendar opens. I pick the date, done. No typing, no wrong format, no errors. Let me show you how to build exactly this in any version of Excel, including 64-bit. Right, so in this video, I would be showing you two different techniques. The first technique is a very easy, simple, beginner-friendly technique in which we're just going to use an extension. The extension is a calendar, so it's very simple to add dates into a cell. But the second technique is a complex technical way in which we would be using VBA. Now, this is a very demanding technique because you'll find many videos in YouTube, but majority of them don't work on 64-bit Excel. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. Going through the data. Right, so we have 4 names, John, Jack, Leila, Manuel, and column B are the date of submission. At what date did all these 4 employees submit their project? Days since submission. In this column, we are going to calculate the difference from the date of submission and today's date. How many days have elapsed since the submission? So column B in sheet 1, we want a calendar. So as we click a date, that date will automatically appear in the column, making life much easier. Method 1, mini calendar and date picker. So the first method is actually a very easy and beginner-friendly one. We'll be using an extension, bringing a calendar to our sheet. So as we click a date, it would appear in our column. So in order to do that, we'll head to the Developer tab, make sure that this option is turned on. So in order to turn that option on, you could right-click Customize the ribbon and make sure the Developer box is ticked. Only then you would get access to this part. Now head to Add-ins. When you click Add-ins, go to Store. This is where we would be searching for our extension. So let's search for date. Hit enter. Now it's loading. So you'll find many extensions here, but the first one, mini calendar and date picker, I've tested this. This is marginally better. It does have some faults, but it's marginally better than all others. Let's click on add and continue. Right. So our employees, let's enter the dates in which they submitted their work. So let's say John submitted work on the 21st of May. See, as I'm clicking, it automatically appeared in my column. Jack submitted work on the 30th of May. That also appeared. Leila submitted work on, let's say, the 31st of May. That appeared as well. And Manuel submitted work on the 8th of June, 2026. Right. Now, time to calculate the day since submission. So we are going to minus today's date from all the dates of submission to calculate how many days have passed. So let's do that now. So this is the formula we would be using. I'll click on cell C2 and enter the formula in the formula bar. So we are subtracting today's date from the date of submission. Very simple. And we'll hit enter. So it has been 19 days since John submitted his work, 10 days of Jack, 9 days of Leila, and 1 day of Manuel. Right, so this was the extension method, and there's a major problem. The first problem is that this is a floating calendar. It would stay in your sheet. Secondly, I can't change the date. If I want to go to 2025, 2024, or even before that, I can't do that. And it's very problematic. If the calendar stays in your sheet, it consumes a lot of space. So what we're going to do now, we are going to the second method. Method 2, using VBA. Right. So this is a complicated technique. I'll try to simplify it as much as I can so you will understand clearly. So you head to the Developer tab, and right at the left, you'll see Visual Basic. This is where we'll be doing all our VBA coding. Click that. Right. So the first thing we'll be adding is a class module. Let's do that. And as I clicked on the class module, let's open the properties window so we could rename the class module. I want to call this label handler. So double click class 1 and write label handler. Now there's a code I would enter. All the codes would be shared in the description. This is the code we'll paste in the label handler section. Now let's close this and move on to the next step. Now, the second step is very, very important. We are going to insert a user form. So I'll click on insert, then go to user form. And again, let's open the properties window so we could rename this. We're going to rename this as calendar form. Follow the exact names I'm using because these names I applied in the VBA coding. Right, so now we've named it. Now, the second step is that we're going to add 3 buttons, 2 command buttons and 1 combo button to our form. These are the buttons where the user would click to go to the next months and previous months or go to the previous years. So the first button that we'll be adding is a command button, and add it right at the top left of the form. Very simple. Now let's name it. I'm going to caption, and we're going to add this button over here to indicate the user to go to the previous months, and we're going to name it BTN PREV. Now let's copy this button. We want a button at the top right as well to go to the next months. So let's do that. Right. So I'm going to add this button over here, and let's change the name to BTN next. Right now, we'll add a combo box in the middle of both buttons. This button is very important. It's for the years, so the user could go to the previous years or whatever year he wants to. So I added a combo box over here. Now, we won't change the caption over here. We'll just change the name. This is the name. We'll give it CMB year. So now we are done with all our 3 buttons. We have to just add a code to the form, a very, very important code. So let's double click the form, highlight everything, and paste this code. This entire code would be pasted in the calendar form. Right, step 3, let's click on this workbook and paste the following code. Done. Let's move on now. Right now, we are in the final step. We are done everything. All we have to do is just go back to our Excel sheet, and we have to save this file as a macro-enabled workbook. So let's go to Save As and Excel macro-enabled workbook, and let's just call this Date Picker. Now let's save it and go back to our sheet. Now let's test it. Let's click on John. Now see, a date automatically appeared, and let's click on the 1st of June 2026. So we click the date, and automatically the days since submission, meaning till today's date, has been calculated. Now let's go to Jack. I clicked here. I can even go to 2025 here and click on 11 June 2025. So it's been 363 days. Now I can even go way behind. Let's go to 2020 and let's click, and we can also go to other months. So 1st April 2020. So it's been 2,260 days. Let's go to manual, and let's go way beyond to, let's go 2015, and let's go to 19 September 2015. So that's 3,916 days since the submission of the work. So see, it's quite amazing how we used VBA to do that. So I'm going to post all the VBA codes in the description for you all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this video would change your life and make your life easier. Please like my channel, subscribe for more tutorials. I post such videos regularly. Thank you very much.